For me, in my whisper of hope is it's a pretty recent one, and you guys got to help me just through a really tough season, and I really feel like the whisper is that because I think a lot of times when tough things happen like loss, the inclination is just to kind of, I don't know, for me at least, maybe push people out, kind of deal with it on my own. And I was just really, really struck and just reminded of like, by God, that, a whisper of hope of that you don't have to walk through this alone. So for me, this story goes back a few years ago. Right before we moved to Kansas City, we were in a small town in Southwest Missouri, and was a part of a student ministry there, and had a really great relationship with a student, and was we just headed off really really quickly. But he was a kid that just needed lots of attention and lots of guidance. It was always probably every week talking to his grandma about just how we could partner and how we could help him really just pursue his faith, but also just, a lot of other things. And so he was eventually a part of our worship team at the church, but there was still a lot of pain there. A lot of things happened in his life before that. But eventually got him to go to our high school camp that next summer, where I had just the amazing experience to see him and a few of our other students come to know the Lord. And just like getting to share this sweet moment with him as we're both like weeping together and just like in awe of what God had done. And then that next fall, I was actually able to baptize him, and it was just this really, really great, for me to just experience what God was doing, but also just to see where he'd come and where he was going. And then eventually after that, the Lord led me here to Colonial, as you guys know, and I'll just never forget the call I got this last spring. We were at my daughter's soccer game, and I found out that he had passed away, and was in disbelief. I just couldn't believe he was, so young. And we're coming back from the funeral, and we actually had our volunteer awards that night. And I was like, Lord, I need your strength. I need your provision right now. And I was just reminded of this whisper of hope from so many people that knew, I had just gotten back from this funeral, knew it was super raw because I was doing part of the funeral. And I was just reminded, so many people were praying for me. You guys came up to me, and I was just in awe of what God was doing. And there was a verse that I used in that eulogy that I wanted to share with you guys and with everyone. And it's from 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 3-4. And it says, "Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us all in our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. For just as we share abundantly in the sufferings of Christ, so also our comfort abounds through Christ." And so that was just a reminder to me, I was grieving. We've all faced so many difficult things, some of them together, and just the same comfort that we are receiving comes from Christ, and we're sharing that with each other. Mm-hmm. And so that was a really great reminder for me, and hopefully a really great reminder for everyone that's watching these messages, these little devos, because around this time of year, it can be a glorious time, but it can also be a really difficult time. So, we hope, I think our stories were helpful and just inspiring, and hopefully giving everyone also whispers of hope this Christmas, this Advent season.